When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
On a Saturday afternoon here in Lorain, Ohio at the Lorain Admiral King High School in the Shot Palace, we've got varsity boys basketball. The Admirals playing host to their crosstown rivals, the Lorain Southview Saints. I'm Ron Baccalar. My partner is Bob Braskich. Our cameraman, producer, and director is Joe Bach. And Bob, both these teams coming in with winning records.
Right. And
the first time around, the Admirals victorious over the Saints. Earlier, and games that will or have been shown on TV 20, the Southview freshmen won, the Admiral King JVs won. Here's the rubber match. Right. How do you see this game shaping up?
I think there's one key to this game, Ron, and that's turnovers. Southview's been having trouble handling the basketball. They played Medina Highland last week, had far too many turnovers, and if King can turn Southview over and then score off those turnovers, they're going to win. On the other hand, if Southview doesn't turn it over and forces King to go through the heart of their defense the majority of the time, they're going to win. So I think turnovers are a key to the game. If King can turn Southview over, 20 plus times and score, their chances of winning are very good. On the other hand, if Southview can force King to go through the heart of their defense, force perimeter shots, back it in inside, rebound the basketball, they've got a good chance of winning. That's why this could be an interesting game. It can go either way. There is no favorite.
Well, we had two barn burners already. We've got a great crowd here at the Shop Palace, and I'm looking forward to another outstanding basketball game. We'll be back with the start of that one right after these important messages.
Your lawnmower needs service. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repaired. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most services done on-site at your home when it's convenient for you. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears, MTD yard machines, Briggs & Stratton, and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campan of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today, and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Gold medal swimmer Amanda Beard.
When America's national symbol, the bald eagle, was threatened with extinction, we responded with the Endangered Species Act, a law which now protects more than 1,000 different species. But as some species recover, others become imperiled. Let us pledge to the next generation that we will help protect America's wildlife heritage for them.
Thanks, Amanda.
Join me and Defenders of Wildlife to help save something wild. Visit defenders.org.
Real education means great teaching.
Professors with real-world experience who care.
It means great jobs for recent graduates.
And being prepared for a great paying career.
That's why we hire LCCC graduates.
Low tuition, flexible classes, and LCCC credits transfer. LCCC is a great value.
Some of the best people you meet have something in common. Lorain County Community College and the University Partnership. Real education gets real results.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
It's game time here at Lorain Admiral King, the Shot Palace. Jump ball into the hands of Drew Lorente as the Southview Saints go on the offense and throw it away. Pass intended for Quincy Ezell, going out of bounds. For the Saints, number 1 is Drew Lorente, a 5'9 senior. Number 34 is Marshall Crum, a 6'5 sophomore. Number 40, Quincy Ezell, a 6'1 junior. Number 44, Josh Bieber, a 6'6 junior. And number 50 is Montrell Elliott, a 6'2 junior. For the Admirals, and we'll pick them out as we go along. A three-point attempt by Brian Parker, rolling around the rim. Parker, number 3, a 5'10 junior. Number 10 is Chris Kimbrough, a 5'10 junior. Number 23 is Brandon Alexander, a 6'2 senior. Number 25 is Terrence Atkinson, a 6-foot senior. And number 50 is Adrian Casey, a 6'4 junior. The first time these two teams met at Southview, it was an Admiral King victory, 60-53.
But we saw it, Ron, just as we talked about in the pregame. Southview struggling against full court pressure, almost turned it over.
Josh Bieber, turnaround jumper off the front of the rim, no good, into the hands of Chris Kimbrough. Kimbrough passing it off now to Parker in the corner. Free attempt, no good. And Adrian Casey going up with the rebound. He is fouled.
Well, Casey, the Admirals' leading scorer at just over 18 a game. Leading rebounder.
Foul is on number 34, Marshall Crum. Casey at the line. 331 points coming into this ball game, averaging 19.5. And doing a yeoman's job rebounding, number 1 in the entire area with 205 rebounds, averaging 12.1. And missing on both foul shots. 1 minute has elapsed, no score yet in the ball game. Drew Lorente across the timeline. Being guarded by Parker. Into the hands of Montrell Elliott.
Wow.
Elliott back out to Quincy Ezell.
Really good pressure defense by the Admirals.
Bieber gets the ball into Ezell's hands.
Casey for the block down on the baseline.
That is the first on Casey, the first team foul.
Well,
And the ball being thrown out of bounds.
Pressure defense does that. You'd say, well, wow, what a terrible. But you see, pressure defense does that, and I think that's the key to the game. Southview can't turn it over and expect to win.
Parker getting it into Atkinson, or shot attempt by Casey missed. Atkinson with the rebound and a missed shot. Lorente on the rebound.
Yeah,
and traveling on Bieber.
And I say pressure defense does that. The Admirals are really coming out and putting some heat on.
Brandon Alexander putting the ball into play. Kimbrough across the timeline. Kimbrough with the jumper. Good.
Very difficult shot to bring it across your body from left to right. And here's the full court pressure. It's the key.
Chris Kimbrough, one of the outstanding scorers for the Admirals with 246 points, averaging 14.5. He has 67 steals on the season, averaging almost 4 per game. Alexander with a hook, good.
Well, it was a turnover, 5-second call against his full court pressure.
Bieber in the backcourt. Bieber on the dribble, stops before the timeline, and right into the hands of Kimbrough to the basket, good.
And Southview has to take a timeout, Ron, and this was what we said was the key to the game right here, turning the ball over, and those 6 points that the Admirals have are the result of 3 turnovers.
All right, timeout on the floor, the Admirals with a 6-0 lead. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. Don't get a 3-second call with low interest rates on your investments. Step up to the line and shoot your way to success at the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. They will fast break the competition so you win the financial game of interest. You can choose a certificate of deposit from 3 months to 36 months and watch your APY score the maximum. You will score a goal every time when you call the Lorain School Employees Credit Union at 282-4600, 282-4600. They will match or beat the competition.
Ron, I'm replaying the first couple of minutes of this game in my head. I think Southview's had 7 possessions and 5 turnovers. And the defensive pressure by the Admirals is terrific. Now, it looks like they might be changing defenses here out of this timeout.
Well, they've called off the full court pressure.
Looks like a little 1-3-1 zone. They change defenses after timeout. They're going to trap
Bieber in the corner with the 3 off the backboard into the hands of Kimbrough across the timeline, into the lane, off into Atkinson's hands, back out to Parker. Parker to Kimbrough. Kimbrough down the lane. Kimbrough puts it up off the glass and a foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The foul is on Quincy Ezel, his first, the team's second.
Well, what the Admirals did there is a nice little wrinkle. Southview called the timeout to deal with the man pressure, and Mike Scott came out and played him his own, gave him a different look.
Admirals 0 for 3 so far at the foul line. And finally, the first foul shot dropping in for the Admirals. They lead 7-0. Montrell Elliott saving that one. Gets it off to Mike Anderson. Back to Elliott, to Bieber, in for 2.
That was well done. Nice curl cut by Bieber. Good pick.
Number 15, Mike Anderson in the lineup for the Saints. A 6-foot junior. Kimbrough out to Parker. Parker with the 3. No good. Rebound fought for. And finally into the hands of Anderson. Into the forecourt. Into the circle, into the lane, up, no good. Bieber on the rebound.
Somebody's got to give him an outlet. There you go. Admirals are just ferocious on defense.
Bieber with the 3, Off the rim, no good. Off of Anderson.
Yeah.
Now they're going to say off of Kimbrough. It will stay with the Saints. Number 30, Tony Sanchez, now on the floor for the Saints, a 6'4" senior. In the corner, almost taking that three. Second option, dribble out. Sanchez, no good. And it's Adrian Casey on the rebound. Kimbrough going to be called for traveling.
Well, the key to this game thus far has been the Admiral's half-court defense, and I hope everybody at home appreciates this. I mean, there's tremendous heat on the basketball. I mean, they're digging after everything. I mean, it's intense. It's very good.
Drew Laurenti takes it to the basket, up no good. Kimbrough grabs the rebound. He's tied up. Finally breaks away on the dribble. He's being guarded by Elliott.
It's going to be a 10, Ron.
And there it is.
No.
At the timeout, I do believe.
Timeout.
Quick timeout. 30-second timeout for the Admirals with 3:37 remaining in the first quarter. Admirals up by 5, 7-2.
Well, Mike Scott made the decision. Do we want to turn it over, or is possession worth, using a timeout? And Mike decided this early in the game that the possession of the basketball warranted the timeout, because they were definitely headed for 10-second call right there.
The Admirals coached by Michael Scott, assisted by Albert Stacy, longtime girls basketball coach at Midview High School, and Sean Hood. The Saints coached by Andy Bastock, assisted by their faculty manager of athletics, Ro Pagan.
Ron, you mentioned Sean Hood. Area basketball college fans will remember Sean Hood was on the Cleveland State team that beat Bobby Knight's Indiana team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Sean was... he came off the bench in that game.
Well, I learned something. Thank you.
Yep. One of Kevin Mackey's troops.
In the lineup now for the Admirals, dribbling that ball was number 5, Malcolm Barnett, a 5'10" sophomore. Had it knocked out of bounds. Also in the lineup now, number 34, Michael Hannibal. Adrian Casey with the rebound, turnaround, laying it up for 2.
I mean, that's another key to the game for the Saints. You've got to keep Casey off the boards. Anderson doing a nice job handling heat.
Hannibal, a 5'10" senior, number 34. Into the lane, putting it up and dropping it in. Number 40, Quincy Ezel. 9-4, Admirals leading by 5.
Craig Demian says offensive foul.
And the foul is on Malcolm Barnett. I remember when I was faculty manager here at Admiral King, Craig Demian was just starting out as an official. We had him here for freshman games. And
yeah, I remember,
he's
Ron.
in the big time.
Yeah, and he's a good one.
Yes, he is.
He's very
absolutely.
Good. Okay, Mike Anderson does a nice job handling heat. I mean, Hannibal was really getting after him, and he handled it very well.
Foul was on Michael Hannibal. His first and the team's third.
Bieber had to throw the ball, off the defender, Donald, because nobody was coming to it. No call there.
We're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Admiral King.
I just think the Admirals defensively have created a tempo here, and Southview's playing at a pace that they are not comfortable with.
And a jumper from the sideline. Michael Hannibal with 2.
Well, here we go again. Pressure defense takes its toll.
Admirals leading by 7, 11-4. This time a takeaway by the Saints, and some traveling there that went unnoticed as Sanchez got the ball. Nevertheless, a turnover gives the ball to the Admirals. Up and in, Michael Hannibal. 13-4. Under 2 minutes remaining, first quarter. And a takeaway by Hannibal. Hannibal into the forecourt, passing to Casey, and he is hammered by Bieber.
Yeah, I thought they might call a flagrant there, but didn't. Good call. But again, pressure defense creates scoring situations for the Admirals.
Adrian Casey at the line. He'll shoot 2. The last time he missed 2.
And it's very good pressure. It's exceptional. You know, and I see some frustration on the faces of some of the Southview players. They are going up against some exceptional heat in this game thus far.
Admirals open up their lead to 10 points, 14-4, 1:43 remaining first quarter. Bieber on the dribble, gives it back to Anderson. Still in the backcourt, finally to Bieber in the forecourt. Into the hands of Elliott. Crum, turnaround jumper, rolling around the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by Chris Kimbrough. Kimbrough down the lane, no good. On the putback, unable to get it to drop.
Atkinson, travel.
Anton Cheney Harris now in the lineup for the Admirals, number 52, a 6'4" sophomore. And coming into the game now for the Saints, number 54, Quinton Ezel, a 6'1" junior.
Again, trouble getting the ball in bounds. Very fortunate there.
Anderson had the ball taken away by the Admirals. Hannibal out to Kimbrough. Back to Hannibal.
Oh, boy.
Kimbrough passing off, up with the shot, and it drops. 2 scored by Gary Donald now in the game for the Admirals, a 6'4" sophomore. 16-4, the Admirals with its widest lead, 12 points, 32 seconds remaining first quarter. No good on the shot by Donald. Bieber on the rebound. Bieber across the timeline. Loose ball being fought for, jump ball. Well, they're going to say it will belong to Southview.
I hate to be repetitive, Ron, but unbelievable heat by the Admirals, forcing turnovers and loose balls and taking the Saints out of their comfort zone. They can't run their offense.
And the Saints call a 30-second timeout with 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Admirals leading by 12, 16-4. The Admirals have 2 more games remaining after this one. They are 10-7 on the season. And even though we were told the Southview Saints are 10-8, we're more inclined to believe that they too are 10-7. So both teams with identical records. Both teams with 2 games remaining. In fact, the next game that the Saints will play, you will see that one on TV 20 as the Southview Saints take on the Elyria Pioneers.
I'm looking forward to that one too.
The Admirals, meanwhile, have a game against Maple Heights this coming Tuesday, and they'll wrap up next week Saturday, a week from today, against Akron East. The pass into Marshall Crum, and he's tied up by Chris Kimbrough. Possession arrow belonging to the Admirals.
With 2.2 left on the clock. Two seconds.
Atkinson dribbles once. Oh, long shot, missing the mark, and that brings the first quarter to an end with the score. Admiral King 16, Southview 4. Back with second quarter action right after this.
Freedom to think for yourself.
To disagree with the government.
Freedom to be equal.
To be different.
Freedom to raise a family.
To marry the man I love.
The freedom to worship the God of my choice.
To live with dignity.
The freedom to be me.
To be whatever I want to be.
Defending freedom for over 200 years.
Explore her grandeur. Appreciate her beauty. Protect her for tomorrow. Recycle your old rechargeable batteries. Call 877-2-RECYCLE or visit us online at calltorecycle.org.
Back here at the Shot Palace, Ron Baclar along with Bob Braskett. Cameraman, producer, and director is Joe Bach. Second quarter getting underway with the Admirals leading 16-4. And as you indicated, Bob, pressure defense by the Admirals. Just 4 points for the Saints in 8 minutes of basketball.
Oh, yeah, it has been good pressure, too.
Chris Kimbrough down the lane, passes off into the corner to Atkinson. He's got 3.
Penetrating pitch. That's the third or fourth time Kimbrough's been able to gut the Southview defense.
And that's our first triple in the ball game. 19-4 now. Bieber with a 3 attempt, and it's good.
You know, the Admirals have been proficient in their half-court offense, too. They're shooting the ball. Well, there goes Kimbrough again.
Kimbrough down the lane, and he's going to be hit with a
charge?
Yes, indeed, a charging foul on Kimbrough. That's his first and the team's fourth. And a timeout on the floor.
I think that's an official's timeout, I think. I'm not sure. Joe, help me out. Oh, okay. Joe says Southview timeout. They only have 2 left. You're right, Joe. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Southview timeout. Only 2 left against all this heat and pressure defense. Boy, you'd like to keep those because you're going to need them. Now Southview's coming out in a 1-4 press breaker. Admirals weren't up in denial that time, more of a containment variety pressure. Back to a 1-3-1 zone. Changing defenses after a timeout. Nice little wrinkle, Coach Scott.
Montrell Elliott on the dribble. Over to Bieber. Bieber inside the arc. Gets it back out to Drew Laurenti. 3-pointer off the rim, no good. Rebound grab by Quincy Ezell. He goes up off the rim, no good. And the rebound, Adrian Casey. From the corner on a 3, It's good.
Hannibal.
Michael Hannibal.
He's having a great shooting game for the Admirals.
Hannibal now with 7 points. 22-7. Admiral's on top, and a takeaway by Atkinson. He goes to the basket, off the rim, rebound Hannibal, good.
Pressure defense through the passing lane again.
Hannibal and now with 9.
And Ron, another turnover there, taking the ball out of bounds.
And another 30-second timeout by Southview.
That one I can understand because you could feel the wheels coming off. And that's going to put them down to 1. You know, and again, the key here tonight has just been this tremendous pressure defense by the Admirals. Very intense, a lot of heat, forcing turnovers. And then the Admirals, once they are into a half-court situation, have been very efficient, proficient scoring the basketball. With Hannibal shooting 3, scoring from the perimeter 3 times. Well done here.
Well, the initial indication was a 30-second timeout, but apparently changed their mind and went to the full 1-minute timeout. 24-7 again our score. The Admirals really pouring it on, both offensively and defensively.
You know, and I can see, I'm watching Coach Bastock in the Southview huddle. He is going over what their press breaker, what he wants the Saints to do against this full court pressure. He's reviewing every situation. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, Admiral's basketball.
Michael Hannibal will put the ball into play.
Oh, we've got only 4 people guarding 5.
And into the hands of Atkinson, going up, putting in 2.
One of the Southview players didn't realize it was Admiral King ball.
26-7. Admirals by 19. Out to Bieber, almost intercepted by Hannibal from the corner. On a 3, off the rim, no good, into the hands of Kimbrough. Passing forward to Hannibal, back out to Kimbrough with the 3. It's good.
Wow. Admiral's putting on a clinic.
Kimbrough now with a total of 8 points.
On the baseline, yeah.
Quincy Ezel stepping on that baseline. We were talking about the accomplishments of Kimbrough. He's also one of the leaders in the area. On a 3-point attempt by Hannibal, no good. Rebound by Elliott. He's also one of the leader in assists with 77 coming into the ball game, averaging 4.5 per game. In and out on a 3-point attempt by Elliott. Picks up a rebound. That's Quincy Ezel, no good. Finally into the hands of Kimbrough. Takes it to the basket, and he is fouled.
Well, Ron, Kimbrough's in the top 10 in all of Northeastern Ohio in both assists and steals. In fact, he was right on the top in steals as of last week.
Foul is on Drew Lorente. That's his first and the team's 4th. Both teams now with 4 personal fouls. Kimbrough at the line. He'll shoot 2. He was 1 of 2 the last time he went to the foul line. Threads the needle this time.
Well, I haven't seen the Admirals for some time, but I'm very impressed. They're shooting the basketball, much better than I had seen in the past, and this defensive intensity and pressure is very good. And then when they turn you over or rebound the ball, they run well. I mean, they really get out in transition.
31-7. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Atkinson. It will stay with the Saints.
There it is again. You have to back cut that kind of pressure. You can't go out and fight the pressure. You have to back cut.
Mike Anderson back on the floor for the Saints. Pass into Bieber, back out again to Elliott. Elliott up inside the arc, 2. Right. Montrell Elliott with his first 2 points in the ball game. 31-9. pass intended for Atkinson as he was breaking for the basket. Four minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Admirals leading by 22, 31-9. Montreal Elliott being guarded by Casey, gets it to Bieber. Bieber turnaround jumper, no good. Stick back is good by Quincy Ezell. 31-11, King by 20. Hannibal, no, that's Parker.
I kind of sense the Saints have picked up their defensive intensity a little bit in the last couple possessions.
Kimbrough goes in the lane, passes off. Alexander, no good.
You know, Kimbrough just really quick off the dribble to the right or left, can gut the defense, pretty much at will. Very difficult to contain. If you've got a point guard like that can get it into the paint, a lot of good things happen.
Lorente, ball gets loose, picked up by the Admirals. Kimbrough in the lane, passes off to Casey. He got a Dunkin' Donut. Wow.
Nice assist by Kimbrough again. Point guard getting it into the paint. Wow, that was nice.
Casey now with 5 points. Lorente behind his back, passes off to Montreal Elliott, up with the ball off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound grabbed by Kimbrough. Kimbrough across the timeline, into the circle, and he's going to be called for traveling. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter, 33-11, King leading by 22. Lorente off the rim on a three-point attempt. Rebound Casey. Kimbrough into the forecourt.
Nice job
in the corner
the basketball.
To Donald. Off the rim, no good. Casey on the rebound. Up. Wow. Rolls around, no good. Finally brought down by Montreal Elliott.
Casey was up there.
Ezell, good. Quincy Ezell now with 6 points. 13 for the Saints, 33 for the Admirals.
I think the Saints at the offensive end have adjusted a little bit to the quickness.
Kimbrough off the front of the rim. Donald on the rebound, goes up.
Oh, my, nice turnaround.
Gary Donald, 6'4" sophomore.
Wow.
Anderson, no good for the Saints. Bieber, and he gets it to drop. Bieber now with 7 points.
Oh, you've got to get back on defense. You can't let that happen. Whoever the point guard is, you can't let that happen. You've got to get back on defense.
Adrian Casey dunking that donut again.
You know, with Alexander at 6'4" and jumps out of the gym, and Casey at 6'4", jumps out of the gym, it's pretty decent size for the Admirals.
Montreal Elliott looking to pass out to Drew Lorente. Over to Quincy Ezell. Now to Anderson. Anderson with a three. No good off the rim. Rebound by Alexander. Over to Kimbrough. Into the forecourt. Into the corner to Parker. Parker loses the ball. Going out of bounds. Last touch by Montreal Elliott. Now coming on the floor for the Admirals. Michael Hannibal. Terrence Atkinson. And Cheney Harris, Anton Cheney Harris.
Admiral's going to play for the last shot here with 36 seconds left, I think.
Not if Kimbrough has anything to say.
Well, he saw the opening and decided to take advantage of it.
And the foul is on Quincy Ezel. That is the 5th team foul. Kimbrough at the line makes the first. Kimbrough so far 4 of 5 from the foul line. Make it 5 of 6. 39-15.
Down to 16 seconds, 15 seconds and a half.
Bieber takes the ball, puts it off the glass, and drops in 2.
Now I just think Bieber has to get more shots in Southview's half-court offense.
Bieber now with 9 points. Michael Hannibal on the line. No good, and that brings the first half to an end with the score. Admiral King 39, Southview 17. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Some of the best people you'll ever meet are LCCC students.
We have great academics, dedicated professors, affordable tuition, and a university partnership.
The opportunities are endless. LCCC credits transfer, and the UP has more than 30 programs right on campus.
I've got a job I love. LCCC helps make it a real future.
We need graduates who are prepared and ready to get ahead, so we turn to LCCC.
Real education gets real results.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campana of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today, and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Hi, Mr. President. My parents believe that eating meals together will make our country strong. Is this something that you did when you were a kid?
I did eat with my family so long as my mother wasn't cooking.
It's not good making fun of your mother, even if you are president, but it is good to have dinner with your kids. We know the more often children have dinner with their families, the less likely they are to smoke, drink, and use drugs. So simply having dinner together can help your children forever, even if you're not a great cook.
Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President. Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Your lawnmower needs serviced. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repaired. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most services done on-site at your home when it's convenient for you. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears, MTD yard machines, Briggs & Stratton, and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
Back at the Shot Palace, second half action getting underway. Ron Bacalar along with Bob Braskich. My cameraman, producer, and director is Joe Bach. The Admirals with the possession arrow put the ball into play as they lead 39-17, a 22-point advantage. Kimbrough tied up. Elliott taking the ball away. Elliott just inside the arc. He's got 2. Elliott with 2 points in the first half, 2 here. He's got 4 so far.
Saints are trapping everything.
In the corner, Parker up, 3, good.
Well, that's what Parker can do. He can shoot it from the perimeter.
Parker with his first points in the game. Bieber with a 3. Off the rim, no good. Montrell Elliott on the rebound. Also scoring for the Saints in the first half, Bieber with 9 and Quincy Ezell with 6. For the Admirals.
Nice. The Elliott, Ron.
Montrell Elliott.
Well done.
Now with 6 points. Terrence Atkinson gets the ball out to Alexander, over to Parker. Parker fakes the 3, goes inside the arc, no good. Atkinson on the rebound and 2.
Admirals did everything there except rebound the basketball.
Atkinson with 5 points in the first half, including a triple, and 2 here. He's got 7.
Well, I should have said the Saints.
Driving the baseline, grabbing 2 is Quincy Ezell. Ezell now with 8 points. Underneath, Adrian Casey going up. He is fouled.
Well, I have to give the Saints some credit here because, you know, down by 20-something, they came out here ready to play. You can see they, in their half-court defense, they aren't pressing and picking up full court, but they're trapping everything in half court, at least until the ball gets reversed. And then offensively, they've been more effective.
Adrian Casey at the line. He was fouled by Drew Laurenti. Also scoring in the first half for the Admirals, Brandon Alexander with 2. Michael Hannibal had 9, including a triple. Gary Donald had 2. Adrian Casey had 7, and the foul shot just made, now with 8. Anton Chaney Harris with 2. And high for the Admirals was Chris Kimbrough with 12. Parker with the steal, goes up. He is fouled by Montrell Elliott.
Well, you just can't pick your dribble up against good pressure. Because once you do, the one pass away defenders are going to run through the passing lane, and that's what you get. And turnovers around the 10-second line lead to baskets at the other end.
Elliott with 2 personal fouls, 2 team fouls on the Saints. And Parker making both foul shots. He's got 5 now, all coming here in the third quarter. Admirals on top, 47-23. Bieber, and he's tied up by Kimbrough. Last to touch the ball, Kimbrough, as it goes out of bounds.
Well, there's another pick up the dribble situation, but the Saints doing a little bit better job here.
Pressure defense by the Admirals, finally into the hands of Sanchez.
Wow.
Goes up, and his shot is blocked by Casey. Atkinson into the forecourt to Alexander.
Oh.
He doesn't get it to drop. Up with the ball is Casey, and he is fouled.
Well, you know, the Admirals convert well. They go from playing defense to really getting out in transition and getting out wide and pushing the ball. Of course, it helps having Kimbrough to push the basketball, but you know, you've got to get back on defense against the Admirals because they run with it so well.
Foul is on Marshall Crum, his second. Adrian Casey is not having a good afternoon at that foul line. Right now, he is 2 of 7. Make it 2 of 8.
Oh my, very athletic.
Up and in by Quincy Ezel. 47-25. And we're going to have a blocking foul.
I agree with you, Joe. I kind of thought that was a player control situation.
And that foul was on the JV player from the Southview game, namely number 21, Alvin Marquez. And we have a 30-second timeout on the floor. Number 21, Marquez. The Southview Saints with 4 team fouls, the Admirals with 0. In the first half, the Admirals had 3 triples. 1 scored by Kimbrough in the second quarter, Atkinson in the second quarter, and Michael Hannibal in the second quarter. The Saints had 1 triple scored by Bieber in the second quarter. The Admirals were 6 of 10 from the foul line in the first half, and the Saints never had a chance to get to the foul line, which is highly unusual. Atkinson on the dribble in the lane, passes off to Kimbrough.
Well, the Saints had a tough time getting a shot, Ron, to get to the foul line. I mean,
Kimbrough up and in. Kimbrough now with 14 points. Marquez up, in, good, and he is fouled.
Well, we were impressed with Marquez during the JV game. I mean, he handled the ball strongly, went left or right very well, seemed to have good court awareness passing the basketball.
Alvin Marquez with the chance for the three-point play, and he makes it. Atkinson tied up and almost had, well, fine. No,
Whoa.
Who's got it? Who wants it? Adrian Casey up and in.
Wow. Saints with good pressure there. Just, you know, the ball fell the wrong way for him.
51-28. Takeaway. Parker into the forecourt, into the lane, up with the ball. It drops.
Nice job by Parker coming to the 1-count stop there, getting his body under control, soft off the glass.
Parker now with 7 points, all coming here in the third quarter, 53-28. And palming the ball is the call on Montrell Elliott. .339 remaining in the third quarter.
The Saints are going to look to trap.
Atkinson to Kimbrough. Kimbrough stops at the top of the key. He's got two more. Kimbrough now with 14 points, 55-28.
Wow.
Bieber takes the baseline, goes up, and he drops in two and is fouled.
Well, that's the way you powered up through the defense there, Josh. Josh, of course, leads the Saints in scoring at 13.5 per game.
Foul is on Atkinson, his second, and the team's second. Bieber with the three-point play. Bieber now with 12 points.
All right.
And the Saints take it away. Montrell Elliott goes to the basket. He's got two.
Well, Coach Scott forced to take a timeout because the Saints were, turned the tables on the Admirals. It was their pressure that was forcing the turnovers and the easy baskets.
All right, full timeout by the Admirals. If you are employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools, if the answer is yes, pay close attention. Here's some basketball terms that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, but just in case, in the paint, 3-second violation, top of arc, in the circle. Hey, you could make your next shot a three-pointer with a certificate of deposit at the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. They will pay the highest rates in town, and they will match or beat the competition. Their team has 15 different CD rates to choose from, so you score every time when you call or visit the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. You can make a slam dunk by calling 282-4600 or stop by the office at 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Suite 101. That's the very first one at the Concord Station. Alexander bringing the ball into play to Kimbrough, back to Alexander, back to Kimbrough across the timeline to Chaney Harris.
Oh.
And traveling is the call on Atkinson as he came down with the loose ball.
Oh, Atkinson got mugged. But that's how you attack that pressure. You see how the Admirals got it to the middle of the floor, turned and attacked the basket. That's how you do it.
Admirals leading by 22, 55-33. We're down to 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And a takeaway by Alexander. Kimbrough passing to Chaney Harris. And another turnover.
Flirting with a 10 here, Ron. Flirting with a 10.
Montrell Elliott finally gets it up to Quincy Ezell. Turnaround jumper, good. Quincy Ezell now with 12 points and a takeaway. Montrell Elliott over to Bieber. Bieber inside the arc, up with the ball off the glass, no good, but he is fouled.
Wow, I wonder, Southview came out here in the second half and really kicked it up, went to this trapping half-court defense, playing a lot harder with a lot more intensity. I wonder if Coach Bastock's saying, man, I wonder what would have happened if we'd have done this from the beginning. Because since they've gone this route, this game's been pretty even. In fact, Ron, what was the score at halftime?
Halftime score was 39-17.
All right, so now we've got, what, a 19-point spread? So Southview's cut into the lead by 3. Well, and they've done so by pressure defense at half court. Now they're turning King over and getting the easier scoring opportunities or fouling opportunities.
Bieber's second foul shot missed and rebounded by the Admirals. Kimbrough into the lane, passes off, and a basket scored by Malcolm Barnett. His first 2 in the game. 57-36, the Admirals by 21.
Now Kimbrough can get it into the paint, it looks like, anytime he wants.
And that's going to be a reach-in foul on number 41, Gary Donald.
Then he draws help and hits the open man.
That's the first on Donald and the team's 4th. Both teams now with 4 fouls. Montrell Elliott, his shot blocked by Adrian Casey, out of bounds. The Saints will keep it. Marquez to Ezel, off his leg, out of bounds.
See, the Admirals wisely won't take it. Well, they didn't have any choice there.
And a takeaway by Drew Laurenti to the basket, off the glass, no good. And they're going to wave that one off.
They're going to say that was offensive basket interference, I think, on Bieber. They're going to say Bieber went up and touched the ball when it was in the cylinder, extending above the rim.
All right, the turnover gives the ball to the Admirals with under a minute remaining in the third quarter. The Admirals leading by 21, 57-36. And the ball tossed out of bounds by King. Clock stopped with 47 seconds now. And the pass by Laurenti into the lane went out of bounds. Untouched. King's ball. Almost a takeaway by Marquez. Chris Kimbrough going to the basket. The ball knocked out of bounds. Marquez trying to say it's Saints ball, but the official has a different idea and a different look. Hannibal throwing it into play, looking for the open man, gets it underneath the basket to Casey. Casey up, won't drop. Finally into the hands of Laurenti to Marquez, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, there's nothing there. I mean, and Marquez realizes that was a poor choice. But quickness and, it does that to you.
Alexander back on the floor for the Admirals, replacing Donald.
Quickness and pressure creates a sense of panic, and you get inadvertent passes.
Bieber on a 3, good.
See, I just think Bieber should get more shots in the half court. He's the best scorer that the Saints have in a half court situation. And that's going to be a foul on Marquez, Ron, for reaching in Kimbrough.
That was the second triple for Bieber. He's got 16 points now. 57-39. Admirals leading by 18. And a 3 up by Hannibal. It is good.
That's an NBA 3 right there.
Wow. Michael Hannibal ends the third quarter with a major 3. And the score, 60 for the Admirals, 39 for the Saints. Back with the fourth and final quarter right after this.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. And I won't back down.
Sports are great for a kid's body. Steroids aren't. They can ruin tendons in legs and arms. Steroids can stunt bone growth and increase the chances of liver cancer, heart attack, and stroke. Steroids don't make great athletes. They destroy them. Talk to your kids. Need help? Get help. Visit drugfree.org.
Some are old, some are young, but they have one thing in common: having served America with honor. Log on to thankyouveterans.org and thank a veteran for their service.
Fourth and final quarter here at the Shot Palace. Lorain Admiral King High School. Ron Baclar along with Bob Braskich. Our cameraman, producer, and director is Joe Bach. And the Admirals leading 60-39 with just under 8 minutes remaining. And the shot by Anderson blocked by Casey. Admirals coming down with it. Hannibal with the three off the rim, no good. Loose ball finally into the hands of Parker. Make that Barnett, Malcolm Barnett, number 5 for the Admirals. Chris Kimbrough goes in the lane. Ball taken away. Anderson. Up to Elliott. He's got 2.
Nice.
Elliott now with 10 points.
Well, Elliott has shown me, that he can really pull up and shoot the basketball, mid-range jumpers. I haven't seen him shoot this well up to this point in time. I think the Admirals are going to spread the floor and try to work the clock a little bit here.
Hannibal with the 3 off the rim. Montel Elliott with the rebound. Marquez almost losing the ball, and a foul is going to be called on the Admirals. A reach-in foul. Well, the Saints outscored the Admirals in that third quarter. The Saints with 22 points, the Admirals with 21. A lot of scoring for one quarter.
Especially when you consider how good both teams are playing defensively. I'm impressed. And I really like the way the Saints came out in that third quarter.
Anderson with 2.
I mean, they turned the tables. They showed the Admirals their own brand of pressure, with great effectiveness. And again, hindsight always being 20/20, you wonder, okay, if we'd have come out and played this way, pressing as the Admirals did from the get-go, would we be down by 21 points?
Foul was on Josh Bieber. That is the 6th team foul on the Saints.
I really think the Admirals are going to spread the floor. Yep, here they go. Everybody's getting out wide, spreading the floor. They're going to try to hold it a little bit. When you've got a point guard like Kimbrough and some penetrators, as the Admirals have, and this is effective offense.
And a reach-in, the ball taken away from Kimbrough. And the foul is going to be called on Kimbrough as he tried to regain it.
Yeah, cross-body block.
That is the second personal on Kimbrough, and the team's 6th. Both these teams will be going to the line on any subsequent fouls. Marquez with the 3. He's got it.
All right. It's down to 14, Ron. We thought that freshman game was all over.
Adrian Casey all alone under the basket. He drops in 2.
You got to get back and defend the basket. All that good offense and defensive work, and you give up a little easy one.
Quincy Ezell trying the back reverse layup. No good. Kimbrough passes off to Barnett. Barnett in the corner. Near side to Hannibal. Back out to Barnett. Kimbrough takes the baseline, has the ball stripped from him by Anderson, picked up by Casey, and Adrian puts in 2. (64-46), the Admirals by 18. Lorente back on the floor for the Southview Saints. Anderson to the bench. Quincy Ezell going down the lane, had the ball stripped by Barnett, into Kimbrough's hands, now to Hannibal. Back to Kimbrough, and two.
The Admirals just run the floor so well.
And another takeaway by the Admirals. Alexander throws the ball away, picked up by Ezell to the basket, two.
All right, if the Admirals are going to come down here and hold it and go to a four corners situation, they can't stand, which is what they've done 2 out of the last 3 possessions, resulting in 2 turnovers.
4 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Admirals leading 66-48, an 18-point advantage. Admirals will put the ball into play. Alexander at the baseline.
Oh my.
Pass into Hannibal, got away.
So you really have to respect how Southview came out in this half, down by 21, still competing, and again, their pressure defense now has forced the Admirals into numerous mistakes and errors.
Foul was on Hannibal, his second, the team's 7th, so the Saints at the line with the 1-and-1 bonus. Montrell Elliott making the first one.
And maybe that's a pretty good style of play for the Saints, because they really do have the athleticism to play that way.
Barnett bringing the ball into the forecourt, passing it to Casey underneath, going out of bounds. Saints get it back. Montrell Elliott on the dribble into the forecourt. Over to Lorente. Lorente in the circle, in the lane. Passes off to Montrell Elliott. Couldn't get it to drop. Gets it back. Once again, no good. This time it's Quincy Ezell's turn, and he makes it good. 66-51. Barnett across the court to Kimbrough.
The Admirals are trying to hold it, and it's kind of taken away some of their offensive aggressiveness.
Kimbrough tied up and fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
Saints could cut it to 13.
Marquez with the rebound to Lorente, and 2. And those are the first points scored by Lorente in this ball game.
Ron, we're down to a 13-point game. And the Saints are about... And we thought in that freshman game it couldn't be done. It's down to 13 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. I've seen crazier things happen.
Malcolm Barnett at the line. 1-and-1.
The key for the Admirals here is to handle the ball strong and make free throws from here on out.
Anderson back on the floor for the Saints. Lorente to the bench. And Barnett with his second chance at putting a point on the board. And he makes a pair. Malcolm Barnett now with 4 points, all coming here in the second half.
You know, and the Admiral's intensity is not quite what it was earlier in the game either.
Shuffle pass by Bieber into the hands of Ezell. He goes up and puts in 2.
Oh, that was a double dribble. The official didn't see it. Well, they're going Saints ball there. I thought.
Well, they're saying that it was knocked by one of the Saints going out of bounds. And the Admirals have called a timeout, a full minute timeout. Score 68-55. Admirals on top by just 13.
No, and Ron, I mean, you got to take your hats off to the Saints. I mean, this was a 21-point game. But geez, at the beginning, I remember 17-4, and it looked like it could be a blowout. And this is not a blowout. The Saints have been very competitive in this half. They're handling Admiral's pressure better, although I don't think the Admiral's pressure is quite what it was at the onset. And they're forcing the Admirals into numerous mistakes here and turnovers. We don't have a stat sheet, but I'll bet the Admirals have at least 12 or 13 turnovers in the second half thus far. And the Saints have been able to convert some of those into easier baskets. So you have to give Coach Bastock and his crew some credit here. I mean, they easily could have mailed it in, and they didn't do so. They came out and competed here in the second half.
Well, we heard someone in the audience say it's mop-up time for the Admirals in the fourth and final quarter. And
you still have to play.
The Saints are playing.
A 3 here cuts it to 10. No, there's nothing there.
On the three-point attempt by Quentin Ezell, now on the floor for the Saints.
That's going to put Saints at the line. Ezell got pushed from behind. The officials saw it. It's going to be a one-on-one situation. Whenever you're down late in the game, if you can score with the clock, without the clock running, that's to your advantage. That's what the Saints have here.
All right, Quincy Ezell with making the first. He'll have a chance for another. 12 points separate these two teams with 2:53 remaining in the ball game. And Quincy Ezell making them both. 11 points now separate them, 68-57. And Adrian Casey brings it back up.
That's the fourth time the Saints weren't organized defensively on the back of their defense, resulting in an easy basket.
Quentin Ezell off the rim, no good. Tries to get his own rebound finally into the hands of Adrian Casey. Kimbrough on the dribble, into the forecourt, passing off to Atkinson, fakes the three.
Turnover.
And he dribbles on the sideline.
But you know, 3 or 4 times tonight, Kimbrough has made a long pass to the basket, and the Saints weren't organized defensively, and Casey has been benefited and scored easily. And it's too bad because the Saints have worked really hard to do some other things right. It's a shame to give it back so easily.
Three-point attempt by Marquez, misses the mark, but the stick back is good. Quincy Ezell. He is having a yeoman second half.
Marquez, nice job running through the passing lane again. Good job. 1:57 left in 11 points, Ron. It can happen.
And the ball intercepted by Ezell to Bieber. Bieber down the lane. And he puts it in. Wow. And he's going to be called with a technical for hanging on the rim.
That was not excessive hanging on the rim. Oh, my goodness. That was not excessive. I mean, he had such momentum going toward the basket, he had to hang for a second so he could come back and drop down straight. If he would have let go, he'd ended up out of bounds hurting himself.
And
I don't like the call.
Coach Balstock is arguing the same point.
Ron, do you like the call?
No, I thought it was a dunk, and that was it. Give me jelly. Jelly donut dunk. And Kimbrough only able to make 1 of 2.
Wow. I don't blame Coach Bastock at all. The player has got to be able to right himself so he can come back down and land. I didn't see anything excessive. He wasn't doing any pull-ups on the rim. There wasn't any showboating to it.
71-61, Admirals by 10. Kimbrough in the corner to Hannibal. Hannibal with the 3 attempt, no good. Into the hands of Montrell Elliott.
Mike Scott can't like that shot. No reason for that shot.
Anderson tries to go up with the ball and a whistle.
And Hannibal's going to hear about it right now on the sidelines.
Anderson fouled. He'll go to the line and he'll have 2 opportunities to shoot.
Okay. Wow. It's a 3-possession game, says Joe. You're right, Joe. A 21-point lead has become 9.
And the Saints come up with the rebound on the missed foul shot. 71-62. And another whistle, another foul. That's going to put Bieber at the line, and the foul is going to be on Alexander.
Well, Bieber's at 62% for the year, but he's a pretty good shooter. If he could knock both of these down, it's a 7-point game. And again, anytime you can score with the clock, without the clock running when you're down, is to your advantage. Oh, Saints are out of timeouts. Admiral King has 1 remaining.
Both teams with 10 personal fouls. So any fouls will give either team the double bonus. And Bieber misses both. Atkinson comes down with the rebound. Ball taken away. Anderson with it to the lane and up, and he is fouled by Kimbrough.
Wow. Now, could you just what if this thing? If Bieber would have made those 2 and they'd get that turnover and make these 2, I mean, we're looking at a 3-point ball game or a 5-point ball game.
That is the 4th personal foul on Kimbrough. Anderson with a chance to pull the team within, well, it's now 71-63 to within
8.
7 points.
Right, to within 7.
And he does. 71-64. Atkinson dribbling in the backcourt is fouled, and he'll go to the line, and he'll shoot 2. The foul is on number 21, Alvin Marquez.
Now, from what we've seen in this game, Atkinson would be the player you want to foul. Well, I take that back. Because he coolly stepped up there and just stroked that one.
Atkinson now with 8, a chance to make it 9, and in and out on the shot. Bieber on the rebound. 72-64, under a minute remaining in the game. Montrell Elliott with a 3 off the rim, no good.
Good hustle.
Finally, loose ball into the hands of Kimbrough. He's being tied up, gets it away to Alexander. Up the court to Barnett. Attempting off the glass, but he is fouled by Marquez. Malcolm Barnett at the line. He'll shoot 2. The last time he was at the foul line, he dropped them both in. Clock is stopped with 40 seconds.
Did we have a fifth foul situation there, Ron? No, we didn't. Okay.
Quentin Ezell on the floor, joining his twin brother, Quincy. And Malcolm Barnett, 4 for 4 at the foul line. Bieber almost losing the ball. Montrell Elliott in the lane, up off the glass, good. Kimbrough loses the ball momentarily, gets it back into the hands of Barnett, passing to Casey. Casey goes up, and he is fouled by Quincy Ezell.
Joe says traveling. I'm surprised. I agree with you, Joe. I'm surprised that the Saints are having the success hustling Kimbrough up a little bit. You know, and again, hindsight's 20/20. What if they would have played this way from the beginning? I wouldn't have thought they could do it, but they have. You know, and as I look at Southview's athleticism, you know, it's a pretty good style of play for them. They could play up-tempo, and they've got some numbers. And again, you don't have to do it full court. You could do it in half court as they're doing.
Adrian Casey making the second foul shot. Bieber with the three. Air ball grabbed by Ezell. For the second time, no good. Rebound still being fought for. Finally out of bounds. Last touch by Casey. So the Saints will get it back with 3 seconds remaining, and they trail by 9, 75-66. Turnaround jumper for the three, no good, and that brings the game to an end with the final score, Admiral King 75 and Southview 66. Bob and I will be back to wrap it all up right after this timeout.
When you get involved with the Red Cross to help prepare your community, you never know how many lives you might change. When we come together, we become part of something bigger than us all.
It's something we all agree on. It's something we all do. And this is how it's done. The USO depends entirely on the generosity of the American people. Help us support our troops until everyone comes home.
Well, Bob, we saw quite a comeback by the Saints, but not enough in too little time. But they did give it a whirl there in the fourth quarter. In fact, Bob, the Saints outscored the Admirals in both the third and the fourth quarters. But let's face it, it was all Admiral King in the first half.
Oh, the Admirals put on a clinic in the first half, both offensively and defensively, and in transition. That was a perfect half of basketball, if there is one. But you have to give the Saints a lot of credit. I was wondering how they're going to come out in the second half, and they came out and really turned the table on the Admirals. They cranked up the heat, not full court pressure, but half court pressure with a lot of effectiveness. And they came down and they adjusted to the Admirals' intensity and defensive pressure and ran their offense a little bit better, got better shots, knocked some of them down, and 21 points became 8 at one point in time. And so again, the Admirals, great clinic first half. The Saints, pretty nice job coming out and competing in the second.
All right, let's look at how the scoring went in the first quarter. The Admirals dropped in 16 points. They held the Saints to just 2 field goals, 16-4. In the second quarter, the Admirals dropped in 23 points, holding the Saints to just 13. The locker room score was 39-17. And then in the third quarter, the Saints outscored the Admirals by 1 point. It was 22 for Southview, 21 for Admiral King. 60-39 was the score at the end of 3. And in the fourth and final quarter, the Saints dropped in 27 points, holding the Admirals to just 15 and climbing to within 9 points of tying the ball game. Final score 75-66. Looking at the individual scoring for the Saints, Drew Lorente with just 2 points coming in the fourth and final quarter. Mike Anderson off the bench put in 5 all in the fourth quarter. He was 3 of 4 from the foul line. Also scoring for the Saints, Alvin Marquez, who played great on the JV team, came in and dropped in 6 points, including 1 triple and a 3-point play. He made the foul shot. Scoring in double figures for the Saints, Montrell Elliott with 13 points. He only had 2 in the first half, scoring 11 obviously in the second half. It was Josh Bieber with 18 points, scoring 9 in each of the 2 halves, and he had 2 triples, 1 in each half. And the high point man for the Saints and for the ball game was Quincy Ezell with 22 points. He only had 6 in the first half. He dropped in 16 points in the second half. And that, Bob, is really what brought the Saints back into contention in that ball game. The Saints had a total of 3 triples, and they were 9 of 15 from the foul line. All the foul shooting came in the second half. For the Admirals, Bryant Parker had 7 points, all in the third quarter, and that included triple, and he was 2 for 2 at the foul line. Malcolm Barnett had 6 points, a field goal, and 4 for 4 from the foul line. Brandon Alexander had 2 points. Terrence Atkinson had a triple and a total of 8 in the ball game. Michael Hannibal had a total of 12 points, including 2 triples. Gary Donald had 2. Anton Cheney Harris had 2. Scoring in double figures for the Admirals, we indicated Michael Hannibal with 12. Also scoring in double figures, Adrian Casey, slightly below his game average. He had 17 points. And not a good job at the foul line. He was at the foul line for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 opportunities and only put in 3 of the 11. But he had 17 points in this afternoon's game. High for the Admirals, Chris Kimbrough with 19 points. The Admirals had a total of 5 triples, and they were 16 of 26 from the foul line. The Admirals will go against Maple Heights this coming Tuesday. They'll wrap up the season against Akron East. The Southview Saints will play Elyria this coming Tuesday, and you will see that game on WLCS TV 20. In the meantime, tonight, Joe Bach and you, Bob Braskich, will be heading for Medina, along with WOBL's Don, and I'm trying to remember his last name. Vincent. All right, Don Vincent, and you'll be doing that game tonight in Medina. The Lady Admirals going against Worcester in tournament action. Bob, any closing thoughts?
I want to thank you, Ron, for working all day today, working with me. I always appreciate it. And just want to mention what a great effort Joe Bach does with Channel 20, putting these games on, for today. I mean, that's almost beyond the call of duty. Nobody else is doing this, and I just hope that the community appreciates his effort.
And on a Sunday morning, I would simply say amen and hallelujah. All right, that just about wraps it up from the Shot Palace here at Lorain Admiral King High School. Want to thank Jay Ferguson for leaving town, so I have the opportunity to do these games with you, Bob. And, like we said at the end of that football game, I'm not locking the door and throwing the key away when I'm needed. I'm available, and what an opportunity. And, folks, I'm going to tell you, make sure you're watching TV 20 for the freshman and the junior varsity games between these two schools. Unbelievable what took place here on the Shot Palace floor, with the Southview Saints winning the freshman game and the Admirals winning the junior varsity game. So just fantastic basketball. Until next time, somewhere down the road, for my partner Bob Braskich, our cameraman, producer, and director Joe Bach, I'm Ron Baccalar. Good afternoon, everyone.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.